everyone, welcome back to Breakpoint Breakdown. We are back after Roland Garros, a week's break, but we are excited to be back for the grass. The grass court season is underway. We've already had some champions last week. We'll talk a little bit about that. Halle, Queens, they're underway this week. They're two big tournaments. They're both 500s. They're the biggest tournaments we have before, of course, Wimbledon. Sinner and Alcaraz, they are back after that epic Roland Garros final that we witnessed. What a final that was. Sinner's in Halle, Alcaraz is in Queens. They both began their respective campaigns today. And how do you think they look today, Chase?
Yeah, I mean, from the highlights that I saw from Alcaraz, a lot of serve and volleying, drop shots, a lot of variety like we've seen on grass in the past couple of years from him. I mean, I see him winning Queens, not really a challenge. The only person that can maybe challenge him is Draper, who we haven't seen much success from on grass entirely. So we'll see what happens with that. And then, but yeah, I have Alcaraz winning Queens. And then for Sinner, I mean, his level doesn't drop when it comes to like switching from grass, hard, or clay. His gameplay still stays the same, still stays on the baseline, just hitting absolute bangers. So, I mean, I don't see anybody on Halle giving him challenge either. I see him winning Halle again this year as well.
Yeah, so I'm kind of with you there. I have Alcaraz winning Queens. I think Draper is the only one that can really challenge him. I hope we get that final, Alcaraz versus Draper. That'd be a great final. Sinner, I think Sinner is going to win Halle. I just don't think there's anyone there. Like there's Zverev, but Zverev on grass isn't a thing. Medvedev, Rublev, I don't see them doing anything. I think it's Sinner all the way in Halle. Draper, we mentioned him. He won his first round as well. You mentioned something from watching the highlights. You told me that he's slicing more, right?
Yeah. He was switching it up with variety on his slice as well. He was slicing a kind of slice to a backhand against Brooksby when he was playing him. Yeah, he was slicing to Brooksby's backhand. I also want to note how terrible Brooksby's slice form is. I've never seen something like uglier than that. So I just want to say that. I just want to throw that out there. Like, do not get your slice from Brooksby. And then, yeah, but no, Draper's getting a slice into his game. He's adding variety, going cross, down the line of corners, everything like that in between. So, I mean, I feel like it's good for his variety and for him as a player, especially if he can carry that onto the hard court season and the clay season. I feel like he'll have much more success if he adds a slice to his game, especially on grass.
Yeah. Yeah. So Brooksby, very unconventional. He's probably not the player you would want to model your game off after, even though he has been successful in some matches. But yeah, successful for Sinner, Alcaraz, and Draper. Taylor Fritz, he won in Stuttgart last week against Sasha Zverev. He beat Sasha Zverev in the final in straight sets. He's won 5 in a row against Zverev now. He leads that head-to-head 8-5. And I mean, did you see Zverev's comments after the match when he said to Fritz?
Yeah, dude, Zverev has really funny post-game interviews. I'll give him that, dude. That guy is hilarious when he does that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, if you didn't know what he said, he said, "I'm effing tired of you, Taylor, and I don't want to see you again for like 2 or 3 years." That's what he said.
Yeah, it's very funny. Zverev's a funny guy when he jokes around, for sure.
Yeah, but anyway, it was a successful week for Taylor Fritz, but then he went to Queens today and he lost in the first round to Mute, and it was 7-5 in the third. And like, so Taylor Fritz, after he won in Stuttgart, he wrote on the camera lens, "I'm back." But then he just lost first round here. And I'm just thinking, what do you think he's thinking right now?
He's thinking that like, oh, he probably overthought like his fitness level, because everybody knows his fitness sucks. I mean, his footwork sucks, but he was probably just a heat of the moment type of thing, like, oh, I'm back, I'm going to do better. But I mean, I think he shouldn't have played Stuttgart before Queens, knowing his fitness level, especially. He's not like Alcaraz or Sinner who can go back to back. Yeah. So for him, I think it's just a kind of wake up call as well. Like, oh yeah, you're back, but you still have to watch out for your fitness and everything else. You're not like God or anything like that. So yeah.
Yeah. So we got speaking of Fritz, we have a fight right now for the number 4 seed at Wimbledon, which is huge because if you're in the top 4, you avoid playing one of those guys in that top 4 until the semis. So if you're number 5, you could play Sinner or Alcaraz in the quarters. If you're number 4, you don't play them until at least the semis. It's between Fritz and Draper. If Draper makes the semis at Queens this week, he'll be the number 4 seed because Fritz is out. So, I mean, Draper should make the final, really, to be honest.
Yeah, he should. There's nobody there, yeah.
Yeah, so he'll probably be the number 4 seed. Djokovic, he'll be either 5 or 6. So he might play Sinner or Alcaraz in a quarterfinal. So that won't be easy.
That'll be a really hard job for Novak, for sure.
Yeah. All right. What else do we got? We got Ben Shelton. He made his top 10 debut last week, but he just lost in the first round Queens to Rinderknecht. So not a great loss for him. But we do have three Americans in the top 10 now.
Unfortunately, probably almost all of them will not win a slam. However, it's still good for Americans to get back in the top 10. So I'm hyped up for that. But I think Shelton has the most potential out of all of them. I don't see Tommy as a good baseline player. He has good speed. He can cover the court. And then Fritz is he's good off the baseline, good on serve, terrible footwork. I mean, we see him in the clay season. He might as well not even play at that point. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Good to see three Americans in the top 10. Hopefully we can get a slam champion in the future. Some other results I'm looking at here. We got Lehechka beating Dimonor pretty easily, 4-2. Shapovalov over Umber in a third set tiebreak, so that's interesting. Rublev won, Mahach won. We had Runa winning, Menshik winning. We could get Runa versus Mensik actually in Queens.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that's a very good match. And then we talked about the original next gen and their struggles. Zverev, Tsitsipas, Medvedev, they're all playing in Halle, so we'll see what they can do there if they can at least get some form going, because it's not looking good for those guys right now.
Yeah, for sure. I want to see how Tsitsipas plays with his new coach, Ivan Isevic. I want to see how he plays. Yeah,
that'll be interesting. He does play Mickelson tomorrow, so that'll be interesting to see. Oh, yeah. Let's talk a little bit about Wimbledon. We have the odds right now, the preliminary odds. Right now, Sinner and Alcaraz are actually the co-favorites right now. So it's a little bit controversial. Some people think that Alcaraz should be ahead because he's the two-time defending champion, and we haven't seen Sinner in a final yet. But yeah, it's interesting. Sinner, Alcaraz co-favorites. Then it's Djokovic. Then it's Draper, and then you have Zverev and Fritz. So I think that's about right.
I think Fritz should be above Zverev, just considering Fritz's success at Wimbledon and how everybody knows Zverev sucks on grass. But yeah, aside from that, I mean, I see Alcaraz and Sinner as co-favorites, especially after the Roland Garros final. The match could go either way. I mean, everybody knows that they're the two best players. Their level's here, their level's like up here. The rest of the tour is like here, and then Novak is like right here. In my opinion, I don't think he'll be able to beat them anymore. Wimbledon is his best shot. Points are slower, matches go faster, but And aside from that, we'll just have to see, man. Also, Musetti could
I was gonna say I'm surprised Musetti isn't in there, but yeah, I think he should be maybe even ahead of Zverev actually.
Yeah, he could definitely be a sneak for Wimbledon for sure.
Yeah. All right. That's really all we've got for this week, but we did have some off-court news come out. The US Open, they've changed their format for the mixed doubles. It was out, but it was before we started this channel. I have the new format for it right now, so I'm gonna read it off, and then I'm gonna name off the entry list because we've got some spicy pairings in this entry list, so I'm excited for that.
Carlos.
Yep, the Carlos Emma. We'll get to that. All right, so this is the format: a player field featuring 16 teams, 8 teams earning direct entry based on their combined singles ranking, and 8 wildcard entries. 1 million in prize money for the champions. It's best of 3 sets, best of 3 set matches with short sets to 4 games, no ad scoring, tiebreakers at 4-all, and a 10-point match tiebreak in lieu of a third set. And then the final is a best of 3 set match to 6 games, no ad scoring with tiebreakers at 6-all and a 10-point match tiebreaker in lieu of a third set. So they've really changed mixed doubles as a whole.
Yeah, they made it like a whole, like they just made it more fan appealing for sure. Just faster gameplay in general. Yeah,
it's actually happening during their fan week, which is the week before the US Open, which is like during qualies and all the player practices and all that. So it's actually free to get in. They'll probably charge to watch these matches, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, 100% free revenue. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Let's get into some of these pairings though that we have. All right. So we got Sinner playing with Emma Navarro.
This is random.
Yeah, which is like, I'm just curious, like who emailed or texted, DM'd, whatever.
Yeah, who texted
that? Yeah. We got Draper and Qinwen Zhang.
Most random combo I've ever seen in my life.
This one isn't so random. It's 2 Americans. It's Tommy Paul and Pagula.
Yeah, that checks out. Yeah.
And same thing here, Musetti Paolini.
Yeah, they're pretty good friends. Yeah.
Fritz Rybakina. They've played together before, so I mean it's not super surprising, but yeah. And then we got Medvedev Andreeva.
They're both Russian.
They're both Russian. Yeah. Tiafoe Keys is not surprising.
Yeah, they're both American. Yeah.
This one's weird. It's Sabalenka Dimitrov.
Yeah, that was a random like lineup we were talking about earlier. Like I don't know where the Bulgaria and Russia, right? Or
Yeah, Bulgaria and Belarus. Yeah.
Belarus, Bulgaria and Belarus. Yeah, that was the most random thing I've seen, but yeah.
Yeah. So those are the first 8 entries that got in via the ranking because it's combined singles rankings. The next 8 have filed for wild cards. So these are the 8 wild cards. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. I should have mentioned that actually. The
Yeah, no,
first,
that's good.
yeah, the first 8. Yeah, so it's 8 teams earning direct entry based on their combined singles ranking, and then their 8 wild card entries. So these
Okay.
are the wild cards. We got Iga Swiatek and Casper Ruud.
That makes sense. They're both big
Yeah,
routes.
and then this one's obvious. It's Badosa and Tsitsipas. That one's obvious.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
And then actually we'll get to that one last. We'll get to that one last.
Okay.
Zverev Bencic, which is
Uh,
kind of weird.
um,
Djokovic is playing with a Serbian, Olga Danilovic.
you talked about that, yeah.
Yeah, Shelton Townsend. They've actually played together before, so that's not too weird. And then this is the only doubles pairing that is an actual mixed doubles pairing. It's Arani and Vavasori, and they're the defending champions. And then you
Wow.
got Osaka and Kyrgios.
That's a random pairing. That's not something I would expect, but
All right, and then you got the big one, the one that everyone's talking about. It's Alcaraz and Emma Raducanu.
dude, anything like Alcaraz does is just hilarious, bro. Like,
Yeah. So he was asked about it today. He said that she will be the boss, and he did confirm that it was him who asked her to play. So we got that.
well, we'll see where that goes for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited for this. It's kind of really
It'll
an
be,
exhibition if you think about it. It's not.
yeah, it is an exhibition, but it'll
Yeah.
be funny regardless. But yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Excited for this doubles that we've got. It's gonna
For
be
sure.
the week before the US Open after Cincinnati. But that's all we got. Do you have anything else to add?
Not really. No, I mean, just thank you all guys for your continued support on the Instagram. Knowing that we moved to 2 different platforms, thank you guys so
Yeah.
much for acknowledging that. We have TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter and YouTube.
Yeah, and we'll also be back. Maybe later this week we'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back for sure
We'll talk more about the tournaments.
in
Yeah.
the near future. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just thank you guys all for your continued support. Like and subscribe, and follow the Instagram too. Breakpoint Breakdown 1. That's our handle to everything.
Yeah.
So you guys know. Thank you, and we will see you in the next one.